Hold on.
5 decades of music. Mon Valley Radio.
Good afternoon, and everybody on the West Coast. Good morning. And everybody else in between this great, big, beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? What do you know? What do you say? What's up? What's happening? Oh, my gosh. If one thing could go wrong, they all went wrong. Good morning, good afternoon, good after whatever. Wherever the hell you're at. Oh, my. So what's new? Hey, I didn't even get all this shit done. Running around going crazy. Monday's freaking bad, ain't it? Oh, jeez. Is this thing going to go off again? No. Okay. I guess we're okay there. Jeez, I'm whistling today. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me do this first, folks. Oh. Hey, it's the Mangled news. What do you expect? You know what I mean? So, I turn some of this stuff off. We don't want to get disturbed. So anyway, let's do some news, huh? That's what we're here for, right? Oh my gosh. So what'd you guys send me today? Oh, Lordy Lord. What do we got? Oh, cool. All right, here's some good news. West Virginia news, right? WVNnews.com, 38 minutes ago. Maryland reports lowest number of COVID-19 cases since last July. Hospitalizations fall under 800. Annapolis, the state of Maryland. Key health metrics continue to improve across the board. As on May 10th, the state is reporting the lowest number of new COVID-19 cases since July 6th, 2020. Case rate per 100,000 falls to lowest level since October 6th. Cool. They put all this shit in a way. What the hell's going on? Oh, forget it. So anyway, that's it. West Virginia news. You want to read any more about it? That's what it's going to be. Hey, I told you it screwed it up. Something's going on with my screen here, too. I don't know. Supposedly I was on here, and it didn't show on the screen. Look at that. Analytics aren't showing. So I'll just refresh and see what the hell's going on. There it is. There's everybody. Okay, that's cool. No. Still not showing. Oh well, who cares, right? As long as I know what's going on, nobody else has to know. Okay, here we go. What else? Okay, here's something. Fox News. Okay, Fox News aren't bad unless it's politics, and then just like forget it. But this is not like television. This is like regular, plain old news. There's no twist to it. It's just plain news, and I'm really like shocked by that, you know. So Maryland's anti-Asian discrimination group, first of its kind, amid surge in attacks. This is by Stephanie Pagonis, Fox News, May the 7th. What days? That's 3 days ago. Okay, so this is old. Where's the new news? Maryland is leading the way in creating solutions for the state and the country amid startling surge of anti-Asian hate crimes nationwide. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan announced last month the creation of a first-of-its-kind work group to address the uptick in anti-Asian attacks and his appointment of former U.S. Attorney Robert Hur to spearhead the effort. Governor Hogan said to me, "It's not enough for me to raise awareness. I want to know what I can do. What else can I do as governor in order to try to address these issues?" Herr told Fox News on Friday. Herr said Hogan, a Republican, contacted him shortly after the deadly shooting in March in Atlanta, where a suspect killed 8 people and wounded another during a gun spree at 3 massage parlors. You remember that. 6 of the victims were of Asian descent, officials said at the time. So, named the Asian American Hate Crimes Work Group, Hogan announced its creation in the beginning of April. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and Hogan is expected to provide more details about other group members in the coming days. So if you want to read the rest of that article, it's Maryland's whatever. I'm having trouble, folks. I'm whistling like really good. I was doing great past couple days till today. Okay. Oh, here we go. BGR 3 hours ago. Russian cyber criminals just pulled off a devastating attack inside the U.S. Unless operations are restored by Tuesday at the major U.S. fuel pipeline that a Russian gang of cyber criminals hit with a ransomware attack on Friday, problems are going to start mounting rapidly. First impacting the Atlanta areas as well as Tennessee, and then snowballing all the way up to New York State, according to a worst-case scenario prediction that oil market analyst Gaurav Sharma has shared with BBC. You know what? What's going with these pipelines and stuff? I mean, they're all run by computers now, okay? But shouldn't there be like manual valves in certain places that you can just like go manually override? Obviously, people in Russia aren't going to come over here and stop you from doing that. That's crazy as hell. In other words, the fallout from the attack on Colonial Pipeline, which run the largest U.S. fuel pipeline system, could get ugly really fast. By late Sunday evening, word was only just beginning to circulate about the culprits believed to be responsible for this attack against one official described as no less than the jugular of the U.S. pipeline system. Okay, here's something else. Popular Mechanics 3 hours ago. More Russian shit. Nuclear fission reactions are happening at Chernobyl again. Scientists are scrambling to neutralize the threat. A melted amalgam of nuclear fuel at Chernobyl is beginning to react. The issue is rainwater, which has activated materials buried deep within the closed plant. The reaction could burn out naturally, but it could also require human intervention. On April 26, 1986, reactor number 4 exploded at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine, causing the worst nuclear accident in history. Now, 35 years later, smoldering nuclear embers are still buried within Chernobyl site, raising questions just what might happen there and what's at stake. If it ain't one thing, it's another, folks. Ukraine's scientists recently realized that leftover nuclear fission fuel made of uranium has begun reacting again in an inaccessible room deep within a damaged area of the shuttered plant. The telltale sign is increased readings of neutron activity, a measurable byproduct of nuclear fission, according to the scientists from the Institute of Safety Problems of Nuclear Power Plants in Kiev, Ukraine, who held discussions about dismantling the reactor last month, according to Science magazine. So if you want to read the rest of that, Popular Mechanics 3 hours ago, nuclear fission reactions are happening at Chernobyl again. Oh, here you. Speaking of nuclear shit. Oh, sorry, folks. I got to get rid of that fucking whistling. It's driving me crazy. Burp and fart. Hey, you know what? I don't care. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm floats federal subsidies for nuclear power plants. The Biden administration wants to go all in on nuclear energy. Not all Democrats are on board. Well, yeah, look at Chernobyl. Look at 3 Mile Island. The Biden administration is floating federal support for the nuclear power industry in a bid to boost carbon-free energy to meet its emissions goals. The DOE has not historically subsidized plants, but I think this is a moment to consider, and perhaps in the American Jobs Plan or somewhere, to make sure that we keep the current fleet active, said Secretary Jennifer Granholm in a hearing Thursday before a House Appropriations Subcommittee. We're not going to achieve our climate goals if our nuclear power plants shut down. We have to find ways to keep them operating. Well, that's great. You know, you pay higher taxes instead of a higher electric bill. So, what's up with that? I don't know. Holy shit, here we go. CNN 12 hours ago. Well, thank you for getting some freaking new news on here. What the hell's wrong with you guys? I know, it's Monday morning. I screwed up too. This day is not going good. A joint U.S. Navy and Coast Guard team seized thousands of illicit weapons last week after stopping a small ship in the northern Arabian Sea. The Navy said in a statement. The cruiser USS Monterey stopped the stateless, I don't know, it's DHOW. Letter D, HOW. H-O-W. D-H-O-W. On May 6th during a routine operation to verify its registry, the Navy said. A U.S. Coast Guard advanced interdiction team deployed on the Navy ship then boarded the DHOW and found the weapons stash. The massive arms haul covered much of the rear flight deck of the 567-foot, 173-meter U.S. warship after it was transferred over in what the Navy said was a 2-day operation. The cache of weapons included dozens of advanced Russian-made anti-tank guided missiles, thousands of Chinese Type 56 assault rifles, and hundreds of PKM machine guns, sniper rifles, and rocket-propelled grenade launchers. Other weapon components include advanced optical sights. So I wonder what they were going to do with all that shit, huh? The origin and destination of the weapons is under investigation. The previous arms shipments confiscated by the U.S. Navy under similar circumstances were bound for Houthi rebels in Yemen. Lieutenant Commander Pete Pagano, a spokesperson for the Navy's Fifth Fleet, told CNN in an email Monday. Okay, so he said there's three similar seizures. So if you want to read more about that, that's on CNN 12 hours ago. Weapon seizures. Okay. Oh, here we go. See, this is okay. Let's see if there's a twist to this one. This is a Fox News 3 hours ago by Marissa Schultz. The Senate Democrats press ahead with election reform bill described as power grab by GOP. Senate Democrats are plowing forward with their sweeping election reform bill they argue is necessary to safeguard voting rights that are under attack. But Republicans have pledged to fight the legislation they've dubbed a Democratic power grab to federalize local elections. They need to do something. They're making it really hard for people to vote. The clashing views will come to a head Tuesday morning when the Senate Rules Committee Tuesday will hold a hearing to advance the election overhaul legislation that's numbered S1 to signify it's the Democratic majority's top priority in the state. If the last hearing on the S1 was any indication, tensions will be high as Democrats try to pass the bill out of committee and send it to a showdown vote on the Senate floor. During the March 24th hearing on the bill, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell launched heated broadsides against each other. Well, Mitch McConnell over the weekend, he said flat out, our focus is to stop the administration from everything. So, okay, shame, Schumer said while referring to GOP efforts to tighten voting rules on the state level after Democrats won the 2020 election. Don't the Republicans, they sound like a bunch of little kids, The majority of the country thinks Biden's doing a pretty good job. Republicans and Democrats, independents, all of that shit. And then the Senate, it's so funny because Congress and Senate, well, Biden said he was going to make this a bipartisan country. It is now. It's just the House and Senate isn't being bipartisan. Flooded with Trumpsters. Okay, NBC News, here's some more. Do or die, Democrats plan revisions to sweeping voting rights bill in Senate committee. The Democrats' revisions to the contentious elections bill, overhaul bill, include extending deadlines, easing some rules, and adding flexibility for states to implement it. Now, I could see, illegal aliens. Nah. I mean, they're if they want to be able to vote and be represented and stuff like that, get your citizenship, but you got to have a path for them to get citizenship, right? But all this other crazy shit, like, some of it is kind of dumb. I don't see the problem with, like, I do see the problem with restricting ballot drop-offs and, stuff like that, or closing election locations. I have a big problem with all that shit. But I don't have a problem with somebody, like, either showing a driver's license or a birth certificate. And the thing is, once you're registered, you're registered. And if they want to get rid of the signatures because some of them don't match and a guy had a bad day when he signed his paper, do thumbprints. Do a thumbprint thing. Thumbprints are really pretty easy to... I mean, you can put it all in a computer, too. Take your ballot, stick it in there, have a scanner, read the thumbprint, and the name will pop up. That way you can't fake having your dead mom. You Republicans, you can't have your dead mom or dead relatives vote. And it's funny, it's almost all, during the 2020 election, the fraud that there was, almost all of them were Republicans. So you go figure. Freaking crazy. The Senate is headed for a showdown over Democrats' sweeping voting rights and election overhaul bill as a key committee plans to mark up the legislation Tuesday. Okay, so we'll see it Tuesday. So keep an eye on that if you get C-SPAN. Ooh. The Daily Beast 21 hours ago. This is spicy stuff here. Melinda Gates called divorce lawyers in 2019 after Epstein report. She was reportedly furious about Bill Gates dealing with the convicted sex offender. The announcement that Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced came as a surprise last week, but she has reportedly been talking to lawyers for at least 2 years, since around the time her husband's dealing with Jeffrey Epstein made headlines. The report by the Wall Street Journal builds on an exclusive story by the Daily Beast last week that revealed Melinda Gates had deep misgivings about Epstein and warned the Microsoft founder about the pedophile after a meeting in 2013. Bill Gates and Epstein, a fabulously wealthy money manager, had a relationship that stretched back to 2011 after Epstein was investigated for sex trafficking and scored a sweetheart deal with prosecutors that let him avoid a federal trial but forced him to register as a sex offender. See this? Yeah, this is where, money talks and bullshit walks. You get these rich people, man, they get off like, what? He avoided a federal trial, but forced him to register as a sex offender. Oh, yeah, I'll register as a sex offender. Then I'll go home to my 13, 12, 11, 14-year-old girls. What kind of shit is that? And this was back in 2011. Gates. This is where I'd be pissed off if I was Melinda, too. Listen. Gates, 65. Ooh, this is... reportedly flew on Epstein's jet, dubbed the Lolita Express, and had numerous meetings. Wonder what about. The contact continued even after Melinda, 56, told her husband about her concerns about Epstein. Geez. The ties between Epstein and Bill Gates were the subject of a New York Times story in October 2019 after Epstein was finally hit with federal sex trafficking charges and after he killed himself in prison. So if you want to read more about that, boop, 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 Melinda Gates, Daily Beast, 21 hours ago. Okay, well, hey, what's going on over here? Okay, Mayo, this is Twitter news. Mayo, you might be a redneck if you celebrate Confederate Memorial Day. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Amy Lynn, 40% of Republicans approve how Biden is handling the pandemic. That means 53% still have their heads up Tucker Carlson's ass. Ta-da! If you were going to fly during a pandemic, then it's on you. I say no refunds, don't reward stupid. Sean Eggman said that. Sunday Girl says, so, if I'm only attracted to Canadian, does that make me an sexual? You know what I mean? Some of these people are so great. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so... Okay, New York Times. Chipotle, looking to attract workers, said on Monday it was increasing its wages to an average of $15 an hour by the end of June. And then Fuckum, aka Shay Girl, says an average. Yep, that's true. An average. Oh, boy. Okay, well, Mike Holden, we're really here to be a community resource. Happening now, Giant Eagle officially offering walk-in COVID-19 vaccinations at all pharmacies. 18 and up, bring your insurance info. Oh, just watch my reports on WPX. This is Pittsburgh. Okay, well, hey, Pittsburgh, Giant Eagle. Grocery store. Okay. Okay, Jackie Callahan says shocking story reveals how one Reno cop went rogue to cover up a previous marriage to his second wife. And then Dennis Buchholz says cops are dirty, full stop. I guess so. Holy shit, man. Cops are dirty. Oh, see, now this is a little bit late here. WTRF.com. 3 hours ago, a Maryland governor posthumously pardons 15-year-old boy, 33 other racial lynching victims. Maryland's governor has posthumously pardoned a 15-year-old boy and 33 victims of racial lynching in the state dating between 1854 and 1933, saying they were denied legal due process against allegations they faced. It was the first of its kind pardon by a governor of a U.S. state. Huh. Okay, let's read. Okay, Larry Hogan signed the order at an event Saturday honoring Howard Cooper, a 15-year-old who was dragged from a jailhouse and hanged from a tree by a mob of white men in 1885 before his attorneys could file an appeal of a rape conviction that an all-white jury reached within minutes. I hope that this action will, at least in some way, help to right those horrific wrongs and perhaps bring a measure of peace to the memories of these individuals and to their descendants and their loved ones, Hogan said. Wow. That was in Townsend, Maryland. So if you want to read the rest of this article, Maryland, I don't read the whole article. You know, I ain't going to spend all day on one thing. You know, I only got 3 minutes left now. After a 3-minute fiasco when we started. Blah, 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 blah. Did you hear that there's going to be a shit paper shortage? A shit paper shortage because they said wood pulp is scarce. I thought they made shit paper out of recycled paper and cardboard. I'm confused. Just so I got something to wipe my ass. I don't care. What's this? Okay, now this is crazy. RedState.com 23 hours ago. I don't understand this. Maryland judge tells employees across the state no more thin blue line masks. If you enjoy wearing support for police on your sleeve or anywhere else on your person, employment at Maryland District Court isn't for you. On Wednesday, a judge in the state laid down the law for workers. No apparel with the thin blue line sort will be tolerated. Woo. As reported by CBS Baltimore, Chief Judge John P. Morrissey's email banned masks and other clothing bearing the pro-cop reference. Such order applies to bailiffs, constables, clerks, commissioners, staff, and judges across 34 district courthouses. As for visitors, they're exempt. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't control visitors. I mean, that's the way the shit goes, you know. So, damn. Okay, support for law enforcement certainly isn't what it used to be. In Tennessee, recently a 4th grade teacher showed students a cartoon proclaiming, "Cops don't like black men." I wonder if she still got her job. Okay, in New Orleans this month, planned Blue at the Zoo event in favor of law enforcement was called off. Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, it would be different if they got rid of all the dirty cops. You know, if they actually had, you know, I mean, firefighters are clean, right? I mean, they don't have to arrest anybody or anything, but they're like, they help people, they're honorable. Why can't the police be that way? Sure, catch the bad guys, but don't be like doing the shit you're doing. That's freaking ridiculous. That's so dumb. You know why? I mean, and it's not as if they don't make enough money. Come on. You know, you could tell cops right away. If they don't have a regular haircut and their head is shaved, look out. That's all I can say. Just look out. Okay, American veteran. An owl woman retweeted. Okay, I ran over it. See, I'm going to read this and I'm going to go. People want to see their Moso R&B show, you know what I mean? The Republican Party has officially imploded. They are damn lemmings following Trump over a cliff. There has to be a way to take away the warlock spell. I still advocate a long, long jail term for Trump. They got to throw his ass in jail first. So that's the news. It was mangled, screwed up from the very beginning. Things weren't working right. I should have tested it out before I came on the air. But no. You think one of these people would do it? No. God. Okay, you folks have a good day. I'm going to say goodbye to the radio people. They'll say goodbye to you, okay? Let's pray for the best. I didn't even move this up. Look. Oh, my God. We're in big, deep shit. You know that? Gosh, you guys, I'm telling you, we got to get this shit together tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll quit whistling, huh? So, anyway, you guys have a good day. Take it easy. I'll see you. And, oh, my God. What a way to go. So don't catch that run. Get your shots. Be safe. And